nervous. Okay. Okay, let's take some tea, because this is the tea. Hey guys, welcome back to Vlogmas. Today is Vlogmas day 11. What the frick? We're already almost halfway there. Holy moly guacamole. I am changing up the scenery a little bit because it is so gloomy here in Houston and my office is super dark. Lights are not even helping it. But here we are. We are doing my first story time. I don't know how this is gonna go. I've always wanted to like do a story time series on my channel, but I just don't. I'm not good at talking, I feel like. if I'm having a conversation with somebody, it's really good and easy, but for some reason, I feel like I get a little bit uncomfortable talking just about myself. So this is gonna be interesting. To kick off our story time with Yami, we are talking about The Wolf of Wall Street. It feels like the universe has been pushing me to talk about this for some reason. I don't know why. It started when I was in LA back, when was it? A couple months ago, I was visiting Meg and I told her about it and she told me to make a video about it, but I just thought it wasn't exciting. It wasn't like interesting. I don't know. She told me to do it. I kind of just like, sure, I'll do it. And I shrugged it off. And then yesterday I did my video of me answering the same questions 4 years later. And somebody had asked me 4 years ago about The Wolf of Wall Street and it just came up again. And then yesterday again on Instagram, not one, not two, but 3 people were watching the movie and saw me and were very, very confused. So let's put all the confusion to rest. Yes, I was in The Wolf of Wall Street.
I'm not leaving.
And it was such an amazing experience. I was so blessed to be a part of that iconic movie. And yeah, it was just amazing. We're gonna talk about one experience in that movie today, which I think was actually really funny. Before we get started though, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe so you never miss a video with me. And I hate to be that person, but if you really, really do enjoy my content, please, please, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below to let me know because YouTube does see that and it'll share my videos with you and other people that might be interested. So enough of that, let's get to it. I used to live in New York City when I was pursuing modeling and I did extra work for money because in New York City, you're usually broke. I worked on many movies and different sets, TV shows, and Wolf of Wall Street was definitely one of my favorite ones. So we worked on that movie for about, I want to say 3 or 4 months. It's kind of a blur because we had Christmas break in between and New Year's. But today we're going to talk about one special event that happened. It's like my highlight. So like I said, I worked in that movie for a couple months and I was pretty much throughout the entire movie in all of the office scenes. My character was one of the first women that Jordan Belfort hired, and so with the move of his offices or the growth of his company, I stayed along for the ride. We can talk about more stories later, but the one that I want to talk about today is Jonah Hill. Everyone was super lovely. Jonah Hill, we met on the set, obviously. I don't even know where to start. Okay, so I met this girl, Brittany, on set. We became really, really good friends, still keep in touch with her to this day. And she had purple hair at the time. And her and I were one of the only women towards the front that was not like a principal character. So we were just seen a lot. And so I distinctly remember, obviously there's a lot of like video equipment and just equipment all around the set, and Brittany and I were talking and Jonah Hill was like across the room, but there was like a ladder between us, and I just remember me and Brittany were just talking and I looked over and I saw Jonah Hill like staring at us through like a little section of the ladder, and it was just really weird, and I was like, Jonah Hill's staring at us. And then fast forward and we were introduced because Brittany and I were upgraded to what's the name? I don't think it was a principal character because we didn't have any lines, but it was just more of an extra. I forget. I'm blanking on the term that they called us. Recurring? No. Principal? No. I don't remember. But anyway, we were bumped up. And so we met Jonah Hill and we shook his hand, and the first thing he said to my friend Brittany was like, "You have purple hair." And we were both like, Great observation. But he was a little weird, but I'm pretty sure it was because he was in character. I know Leo and Jonah, both of them were in character the entire time. And for a movie of that caliber, I mean, you have to be. Okay, back to my story. So we got upgraded, and the director, Martin Scorsese, we shook hands, by the way. Martin Scorsese was just talking about what the scene was gonna, entail. It was just like we were all very excited. Some big news just happened, and Jonah was just gonna do something like in our direction, and that's all the context we had. And so they yelled action, and we're all like jumping and excited and super happy and celebrating, and all of a sudden Jonah Hill just slaps my butt, and I was like, whoa. I was just not expecting it. But after we cut, he was just like, I'm so sorry about that. It's just, all acting. And I was like, no, I get it. I totally understand. It's not, I didn't take offense to it. It was just all, acting. And that's the story. It's like, I don't know what else to say. So many people wanted this video, and I just don't. I feel like it's just, but I could talk about more experiences on The Wolf of Wall Street if you guys are interested. I just wanted to make this quick little 5-minute video for however long it was, to kind of just talk about that and engage your guys' interest. If you want to see more of these story times, let me know. Like I said, I was in so many other, so many shows. Smash was one of them. I have a good story about that. The Dictator with Sacha Baron Cohen, and so many more. You know what? I was just gonna leave it at that, but we're gonna just talk a little bit more about Wolf of Wall Street because I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. So, what else can I talk about with Wall Street? Oh yeah, I did coke. Just kidding, I did not do coke. But I actually sniffed the fake drug, and what they use on set was actually B12, so it's a vitamin, and I actually was able to sniff it to see what it was like. Didn't like it. But you just make friends on set with all of these people, and you get to share these experiences that I will never take for granted. Like, I didn't realize the first day I was on set was in the cafe scene when Jonah Hill, I think he meets Leo in the movie, and he talks about the car, and he's like, if you tell me how much you make, I'll quit my job right now. That was my first scene. I did not know how big this movie was. I didn't know what it was about. I just knew that we were in a coffee shop, and I was in a jean skirt with my hair up to here. It was just ridiculous. But it was such a great opportunity. And, when I think back on those times, it really, really, really makes me miss New York. The struggle was real, but, those experiences are priceless. You know what I mean? And sometimes I think if I just move back to New York or even try LA just to be a part of that, because I've never felt more inspired, driven, obviously, because you're surrounded by all of these amazing actors and all of these amazing directors and producers that you just want to be a part of that. So that's actually what I try to remember, because it's really hard for me now, because I'm usually by myself. I work by myself. I'm surrounded usually just by myself, and it's really hard to find the drive and motivation sometimes compared to what you would if you're surrounded by all these amazing people, regardless of what field, right? You could be in the business setting and still be surrounded by driven people, or, acting. It's just, the field doesn't really matter. It's just being surrounded by those motivating and empowered people. So I do think about that from time to time, and I have no idea where I'm going with this. But yeah, The Wolf of Wall Street was an amazing, 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 amazing set. I was working alongside, amazingly talented people. If you guys remember Boy Meets World, the bully in Boy Meets World, his name is Ethan Suplee, and he was in the movie, and I got to talk to him so much, and he has kids, and we talked about Boy Meets World, and if he's gonna let his kids watch Boy Meets World. It was just like a really surreal moment for me, and that's definitely something that I will keep and treasure for the rest of my life. I was so blessed with that opportunity, and I know that not everyone gets that, and I am so freaking fortunate. And every time I see that movie, it just reminds me of a lot of different things, because obviously a lot of the actors that were on there are already established, are already you know, known for their talent, but a lot of other actors, some of their principal actors, like Kenneth Choi and Henry and who else? PJ Byrne. Like, I see all of these people in movies and commercials now, and it's just so fulfilling to see them grow in their talent. So I'm just babbling now, but that was my little spiel about The Wolf of Wall Street. And again, I have more stories if you want to hear them. I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, that's it. Let me know if you like this. Maybe we'll make a series, Story Time with Yami, or Tea Time with Yami, or something with Yami, because it is just with Yami. How many times do I say Yami? If you guys come up with any really cool like titles for a series that we can do sit down story times, I'd love to, because I do have a lot of experiences that I've been through that I just don't share, because honestly it feels like another life. So I'd be happy to talk about it, but bear with me because I'm not good at just like talking about myself like this. It'll take some time. I feel like I'm doing YouTube for the first time. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if this video was all over the place. Like I said, I get a little uncomfortable talking about myself. So thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I love ya.